Hello, let's do some trading analysis. It is the 5th of July. Happy holidays to you Americans. Fuck everybody else. Let's see here. I'm just going to go through my charts, tell you what I'm seeing, and yeah, we will go from there. Let's just see what happens. Alright, so the first one I have Bitcoin. The reason I have this up is because it just looks like a very promising project to me. And this chart looks awesome the daily, so I'll tell you what I'm looking for. Here's the weekly. Uh, crazy bullish volume, right? And it was uncompared right here with this retracement. Uh, what I mean by that is all this bullish volume was not really battled very well by the bears. Looking here, you have obvious huge green volume candles with going just way up. Since then, the bulls have not come in near to that potential yet, and they're waiting on this retracement to be over or to take it back. And so what would I look for? I would wait for a break above these moving averages on the daily so that we have uptrend showing. So basically for price to go back up, bounce down, something like that. On the weekly, all I am looking for is a candlestick reversal pattern, preferably like a railroad, off this 10 EMA moving average, which is the red line right here. Very important. That's kind of like my last signal to all these trades, on top of price action, market structure, etc. So we're starting off simple with Bitcoin. Basically, we're just waiting for the buyers to the bulls to show up again. That's it, and that's our confirmation to look for an entry. And then we'll go from there. Let's look at Bitcoin. We're going to start the weekly. I'm so happy. Okay, guys. Let's look at the weekly for Bitcoin through the past, right? Right here. This line right here is the 2016 mark. 2017 right here. Notice that when it's in an uptrend and staying above the 10 EMA comfortably, whenever there is a candlestick reversal pattern off it when it's very obviously bullish and the sellers don't want to take it down below, it goes right up. So let's say, for example, you entered off this reversal, which I would call a railroad. You know, you know, 5 bars, you would have caught a $300 gain, and that's that's not considering, you know, everything else. Uh, my goal is to, I'm a fan of leverage trading. Do it pretty safe, or the key is to do it pretty safely. But yeah, anyways, looking at Bitcoin, looking at the weekly, we get a sweet reversal right there. We get a little one right here. And so I was going to hope for that once, you know, this went down and tested this moving average a lot. And obviously, look at all the buyers who came in before or right when price touched the 10 EMA. It's pretty darn cool. Jump to the, so basically it's a buy on the weekly right now, especially since it's setting up just one day into the week. Sorry. Uh, today's Wednesday, excuse me. But it's setting up for the reversal pattern. Pretty sweet. Go to the daily. What do we see? All right. Market structure, right? We got new high, little retracement. New high, little retracement. New high, little retracement. New high, little retracement. This is probably the most popular pattern that you'll see pop up on cryptos everywhere before they burst out, is a flag or pennant like this. And we have that. It broke out of that 2 days, 3 days ago, has stayed close above it. This is very much a buy for straight up pattern traders right now. If I were to take an entry on this daily, I think this looks freaking gold, especially considering it made a W on its retracement, which is one of the most powerful signals. It just needs a break market structure. And or I would say this is good for an entry once you see a reversal pattern above this EMA, the 10 EMA. So that's basically it. Bitcoin looks like its retracement or this mess right here is about over, and it looks like it's about to go up for a little bit of a new high. Yeah, you know, saying that stuff is, looking at crypto charts all day, it's like, well, no duh. But then again, it's like, well, no duh. It's just too brilliant. It's just too brilliant. The perfect timing in history in every consideration for cryptocurrencies to be advancing the way they are, and we haven't even started the first wave yet, as I'm sure a lot of you have heard. So, cool. Jump into BitShares. Go to the weekly. I'm going to take this off. So notice I had this arrow here I put here a while ago, and that was because there was a reversal pattern on the weekly above and touching the 10 EMA. Sorry, it should be touching or really close to. And so on the weekly, you could just play those reversals and like have a stop loss under it kind of thing if you are a leverage trader. I'm just slowly dabbling in it. Anyways, look what happened once it created this railroad reversal candle stick pattern on the weekly. Just shot up. What is this, like 200% or something? 300% right there. 215% at the close of that candle. Pretty freaking cool, guys. So weekly, we would wait for a reversal pattern again, pretty close or hopefully touching. And I drew this little channel. I don't know if it's great. Yeah, see, that looks better right there. And so we would look for here. All right, number one thing. This is like right now wouldn't be this is definitely a trade you want to look for. Just looking at the volume and the uncompared bullish volumes. All right. The reason why it's retracing right now is because the bulls, the biggest buyers in the world, are letting them, and the volume proves that. They know this volume came in right after its retracement, and it had the other confirmations, and that's what the bulls are waiting for right now. But look at this bear volume, and look at this. It's like 1/30th, compared to these volume candles right here. And so basically, look for a jump up, and then, we'll see. But the candlestick reversal pattern on top of the 10 EMA is my last signal confirmation. But right now, yeah, I'm just waiting for price to jump above this trend line, reversal pattern, trade. But all we gotta do is wait and be patient, and I need your guys' help with that. Let's see here. What do we have for burst? Burst on the weekly is a buy. You get this really powerful reversal pattern on the 10 EMA. Yeah, there's some resistance here, and that's why we would go for the daily time frame for the entry kind of dealio. But look at the volume, uncompared. Again, let's go to the next time frame. All right. So I'm going to call this a new high. This made a new high, closed above, comfortably made a new high. Came back down, retracement from this point, uncompared bullish volume. We're just going to wait for a jump back up above the 10 EMA comfortably, sitting above. That's a key to that last confirmation of mine, and a reversal pattern. But this is looking freaking strong, guys. Look at the volume, and what I'm seeing happen right now is, for whatever people who had sell orders in, they saw this basically make a new high. Look at the volume, uncompared. Buyers are ready to take this to a whole new high, a whole new leg in this market structure right now, and got this crazy big volume. The sellers are like, this is our last chance to find a place to exit the trade at some point safe before it continues to go. That's what I'm seeing right now. So, yeah, just need to see a little more price action on the daily, and that's gonna play really well. I have the clams open, so I'm mainly just looking at right here because this is where the volume is coming in for the weekly. Crazy big high, and right here it looks like it's gonna try to make that reversal pattern on the weekly, and it needs to close above that 10 EMA on the weekly. Anyways, I'll keep talking about and showing charts. You'll get the hang of it. It's a super easy confirmation, but holy crap, is it nice. Daily is kind of ugly, huh? Well, what do we see? What do we see? What do we see? There. What do we see? Well, number one, looking at the volume. Though price is a little scraggly, definitely a lot more bullish volume than not. Uncompared, I would say. And confirmation for this is wait for the breakout. And then this would have came down, made a nice little W. I'm sure it's, yeah, it is a little divergent actually, because it's based on the candle closes. Yeah, all right. And so yep, jump up, maybe break this high to break market structure for the confirmation. But yeah, we still have to wait for the breakout of these major trend lines, because that's what everybody around the world who's pulling up these charts are seeing, especially, like I said, these pennant flag forms. So yeah, I'm not seeing a trade yet on clams. It just made a sweet divergent W breaking market structure on the 4 hour, so buyers are behind it too. Like this wouldn't be. So yeah, this may shoot up kind of soon. Let's go to Dash. Let's go to Dash. First, let's go to the weekly. What do I see on the weekly? Uncompared bullish volume, first of all. And it's crazy with a decentralized, unmanipulated market like this. The volume and everything is going to be so transparent to the technical trader's eye. And that's what we've got to look for, is like the no duh. This is obviously a bullish setup right now. Just look at what has happened. We can see that here. This is pretty sweet. Okay. So first thing I see, bullish volume, came down for its retracement, made a W. I'm sure we could see it easier on the daily. Broke market structure, retracement. Now it's making that candlestick reversal pattern on the weekly, which is the ultimate confirmation, and it just needs a close like here or above. And let's see here. So on the daily, you can see kind of made a few W's, lots of wicks, uncompared bullish volume that's all right here, you know, compared to the bears. It's we'll just be seeing this over and over. I took an entry on the daily right here after this double railroad confirmation, like super good one here, and this was a week ago. Broke up, came back down, and the last 2 days it's been the biggest mover in the top 10 cryptocurrencies along with Litecoin. We'll get into that later. So anyways, I took a leverage trade. I had a stop loss right below like these wicks. Here, I'll show you really quick. Why not? I haven't pulled this up since I got home from delivering pizzas. Anyways, I'm not going to jump into delivering pizzas because fuck that. It's just giving me more time to work on what truly matters, and to me it's trading. It's pretty darn cool. So yeah, see my Dash entry. Ooh, I need to organize that, huh? I don't play off these charts. They are slightly different as far as prices and wicks and stuff, but yeah, trust the charts that are tied with a major volume in the market. And how do you do that? For example, coin market cap, of course, and let's pull up STEEM. And you just go to whatever cryptocurrency, click markets, you'll see what the #1 exchange as far as volume is, and most of them it's Poloniex and Bittrex. And so I have mostly Poloniex charts open. So for Dash, saw that it was chilling above this EMA, so I'm, you know, if I see something good on the daily, I'm going to take it. And I saw it because it made a bunch of these W's, you know, bigger one on the weekly, of course, right, a little more obvious. Broke market structure, and you saw the first sign of a bunch of bullish volume on that side. and I just waited for my last confirmation, which was those reversal patterns. In fact, it did another one right there, and yeah, it took off, you know. And leverage trading, you know, it's gonna be a fun adventure, but I'm in this to just compound accounts, right? What are all in this for? 50,000 Bitcoin, of course. Anyways, yeah, looking freaking good. So what do I see in Dash? I see a buy. If you want to wait for confirmation, wait for this weekly candle to close, and then it's just up from there. Digibyte. By the way, I'm not like looking at the time or anything. I'm sure I'm just blabbering away, but I don't have anybody in my life to share this stuff with, and I've after a year and a half of studying and backtesting technical analysis, which for sure is lonely, but I mean, the people who are around me, whatever, in town, parents, family, you know, nobody's gonna. I still gotta find my crowd, is what I'm saying, and I want you guys to be my crowd. God, that sounds pretentious. Let's look at Digibyte. Digibyte, sweet rise on the weekly, right? Heard a lot of people talk how like Digibyte's crazy cheap right now because they know their potential. Yeah, for sure. Because look at this, look at the volume, uncompared bullish volume for sure. It just got to its retracement target 1, which is this 10 EMA. From there on, we're gonna look for, you know, some daily or weekly confirmations. On the daily, we need this to jump back up, retest the 10 EMA, something like that. Start to see some more bulls come in. We haven't seen any bulls come in since the start of this retracement because they're doing the same thing we're doing. We're waiting for the highest probability setup. And we aren't going to jump the gun, guys. It's not worth it. There's so many trades, and we only have so much money to spread around, right? So, Digibyte, yeah, waiting for a jump up. See if there's anything on the 4 hour. Well, yeah, nothing yet, really, right? Because we need a jump up. All right, Doge. What's going on with Doge? Oh, it started doing it. Oh. All right, so the only thing about this is that there is this bearish volume candle, right, is just as big as the biggest bullish volume candle or whatever bar chart. But let's look at the daily, get a little more into it. During this rise, it's obvious, uncompared, bullish volume. A week ago when I saw the afterwards, after these candles closed and those wicks, it's like you knew it's getting really close to being done with its retracement. What am I looking for here? I just need to jump up, get that 10 red EMA just a little bit above this blue 51 reversal pattern and extra confirmation. Well, extra confirmation is I mean, you have that. Have a good night, dude. There's your confirmation, and possibly there's look at where the wicks came in. We had this pennant, right? Kind of see right here. This is a major bearish trend line it needs to break and stay above. Broke it, stayed above, wicks firing downwards. It looks awesome. I'm just waiting for a little jump up, candlestick reversal pattern. I would say freaking entry. I'll probably take an entry because Doge, you know, if we get in right here and it makes a new high, I'll probably go to like 300 Satoshi. Yeah, it's looking good. Ethereum Classic I've never dabbled with as far as actual trade. So let's see what I see. On the weekly, looks pretty good, right? Market structure is awesome. Crazy bullish volume pretty recently that's been uncompared. It's making this little retracement right now. Let's look at the daily. Daily, yep. you know, this could want to make an M and go down, and definitely can. We saw that happen with Bitcoin a little bit. Notice how right here, where it's looking to make a new high, those breakout traders are waiting for that reversal candle confirmation. The first thing you need from that is you need price to be safely staying and closing above the 10 EMA. And so look right here, the breakout traders are ready. We saw some recent bullish volume coming out of the retracement. We're just waiting on that last signal. But price hasn't stayed above and closed above safely yet. And so that's why we haven't seen this jump, or one of the reasons. So if the bears are coming at any time, it needs to be right now. And if it breaks down, they'll probably let them take it for one more wave or something. But, so what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for a break above reversal candle. Ethereum, let's look at the weekly. Alright, so just telling you, you know, it's this whole game is going to be really easy, guys. It's just repetitive, and we just got to make sure not to over leverage ourselves and yeah, buy and hold like for weeks. I was dabbling with the lower time frames, like the 5-minute, the 15, the hourly, like leverage trades, that kind of stuff for like from, I don't know, April to June. And it's not worth it, guys. You're looking at probably like a 70% win-loss ratio. It's not bad, but you know, it's a lot like or maybe no different than the percentages you would get in Forex. But on the longer time frames, these things are like 90+%. And that's not even accounting the risk-reward ratio, which if safely leveraged is easily 1 to 2, risk-reward 1 to 3 is what I'm aiming for. So I showed you my trades. Yeah, I know I don't have a bunch of money in here right now. I'm up 100% on this, right? I put in about 0.05 each. And yep, I'm up 1 to 1 on this, but I'm gonna. We haven't even got the Litecoin yet, guys. I'm jumping the gun. This video is gonna be long, isn't it? Let's keep going. It's good because I'm doing this to. I just feel like I'm pretty darn close to figuring out the best plays for technical analysis, which has been what I've been practicing and backtesting for the last year and a half. And with some like cryptocurrencies, it's just too easy. And you know, you could use traditional trading methods without my weird reversal confirmation, and it's still crazy percentages, obviously. Anyways, I'm going to keep going. Ethereum, we're looking at the weekly. Just hit its retracement point. So let's go to the daily and see what we see. So it looks like the buyers are giving the bears of Ethereum a chance for it to go down. This is simply because price is not staying or trying to stay above the 10 EMA in any way. And so right now we just wait for a jump above, and if it gets up here, you know, in the next 5 days, that means it would have created a W on its retracement, which is one of the best bullish signs, guys, especially if you get like an aggressive trend line confirmation like that. I mean, here's our pennant right here. Yeah. There's your pennant. There it is. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, both in a pennant. Bitcoin is just starting to break out a little before it. Pretty cool. So yep, just wait for that. Just gotta be patient with Ethereum. Obviously Ethereum, I think, might have the most potential. Just know that its swings on the daily and weekly are going to be a little more in percentage as confirmed to overall retracement sizes, just because of the Ethereum network. ICOs coming in, you're going to have to spend Ethereum to get this other Ethereum networked coin, etc., etc. So yeah, we're just waiting for a break above on the daily. Uh, Pretty similarly with Ethereum USD. I'm not really marking that up though. Let's look at Factum. Go to the weekly. Whoa, look at all that volume. Look at this easy retracement with such little bearish volume. And it just hit its point, its retracement target 1. It's trying to make a little reversal candle on the weekly. That's exciting, guys. Let's go to the daily. So it just closed above this 10 EMA. We're really close to an entry on this. Everything looks good right here. Yeah, you could say it's, possible head and shoulders for sure, but not with this type of crazy uncompared volume. Sure, you could get a little down draw, but it's not. I don't know. I don't see this staying down for long. The pairs aren't really trying super hard. Look at the volume. What am I looking for? It just closed above. I would like it to stay above for one more candle and then create its reversal. And then yeah, we're looking at entry. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's about all I see for that. Just wait for its thing. Obviously, this is looking like a good entry. Folding coin, don't know much about, but looking on the weekly, got uncompared bullish volume, got sweet reversal right here. People get entries off the retracements a lot. And look at it skyrocket. So anyways, this is basically like looking crazy bullish on the weekly. So let's go to daily and see what's up. This is a lot like what we just looked at with Factum. New high, crazy bullish volume, got the retracement. We just needed to chill, we needed to safely chill above the 10 EMA. What that means is that it could close and stay closed above without the sellers trying to close below it. And then, so we needed to stay closed above for like 2 candles or 1, and then create its reversal. It's looking good. Genosis hasn't been around for long. Let's see if I can squeeze. No. All right. Yeah, so this is its entire price index on Poloniex, which hasn't been super long because it must have released in May. Anyways, what would I look for in this? You guys already know. Obvious bullish volume, new rise, market structure, very bullish. Just about hit its retracement point, right? Created a reversal candle. And on some that happens pretty quick, like this on the daily, where its new rise was a matter of 3 daily candles. And its retracement looks to be pretty short. Go to the 4-hour, get your entry confirmation. So this is a buy right here. This is a buy for me on the daily. It just looks great. 4-hour for confirmation. I would do the same thing, wait for it to close above and stay above and create its reversal pattern. On the 4-hour, you can see it also made this W or okay, I'll take this line off for now. So this is the 4-hour. You see the bearish trend line just got broken. And not just that, it broke above the 10 EMA. It stayed above the 10 EMA for more than 1 candle. And it just created its reversal pattern. This is a confirmed entry on the 4-hour. So I don't have much. I thought they had Genosis for whatever reason. I think they did. Anyways, okay. So yeah, this is an entry right here, guys. Confirmation here on the daily. The weekly, can't really see the bars, but the volume is obvious. But looking at the daily, this may, I don't know, this looks exciting. I want to get a piece of it. That's for sure. So Genosis is a buy. Let's put a little arrow there. There we go. Next we have Golem. Golem is interesting. It's still new. So on the weekly, what do we see? We see a rise, retracement, reversal candle, rise, retracement back to its 10 EMA. So now we're at the daily. Let's zoom out and kind of look at the volume. Obviously, very bullish volume. You would just wait for a break above, that kind of thing. But I'm not seeing an entry right now, so I'm going to go through it pretty quick since I'm guessing I've talked about the other ones for a long time. Alright, so Litecoin. So remember I had trades in Dash and Litecoin. I showed you Dash. Let's look at Litecoin. Litecoin on the weekly just jumped back into an uptrend. Broke market structure, which is right here. Broke market structure. This is now in an uptrend. Retrace safely to that point. The reason you're seeing these big bearish candles, oh, never mind. This one's interesting. Is because it's an easy retracement target trade, counter trend trade, and yeah, so it looks good on there. You got a crazy reversal candle if you would count that on the weekly. Anyways, let's go to daily. I'll tell you what I see. Broke up, went down, stayed below this 10 EMA. It broke up super hard again, right? Getting ready to kind of burst kind of thing. Started retracing a little. Also on this big retracement move back up towards the previous high, you get that uncompared bullish volume. Now I also really like Litecoin. It has freaking awesome potential. I waited and I took an entry right there after that reversal. And you get a few other reversals for extra confirmation, and you guys have probably seen what it's done the past 4 days, but you know, since my entry, it went up 28%, and then I'm also leveraging it. How did I leverage it, you ask? Well, let's see. So for Litecoin, 0.021. Okay, so prices are a little different, but see, these charts fucking suck. Liquid price 0.014, so around 0.014. Yeah, so I put it right underneath this retracement. It was a pretty tight entry, but from what I was seeing and from what I've seen through the past on all sorts of charts, it was just ready to go up. So I had a pretty tight stop loss, probably right around here in this area. It wasn't exactly 0.14 because prices differ on you know, different exchanges. And yeah, looks good. I'm gonna hold it for one more rise or hopefully a new high. Obviously, I could probably very possibly hold it forever, but given that I have only about $2,000 ish right now that I am allowing myself to play with, I need to take profit at some point so I can enter in another trade with a little more margin behind it. Compound, compound, compound. This is how we'll get rich, guys. Seriously. I just wish I had somebody else to do this with. Alright. That's Litecoin. Litecoin's freaking sexy. Oh, and that's right. My extra confirmation was that I saw this W on the 4-hour, and then the W that broke above the middle part of the W, so kind of broke market structure. That was kind of my confirmation with these daily reversal candles. It was just looked great. All right, Madecoin. It's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly. The trades still work for sure. Let's look at right here. You know, on the weekly, it just doesn't look great. Obviously, when you get those reversal candle patterns, they do go up for a few candles right away on the weekly, which could definitely yield somebody very profitable returns on the short term. On the daily, it's just a mess. I almost want to close this out, but you know, I'm just gonna leave a note like gross mess. Why am I saying gross mess? It's obviously still in an uptrend, but it's not near as clear as 10s and 50s of these other cryptos. And so why would you even mess with it when you know that the odds aren't going to be in your favor because the signals are not as clear to you? And this is what it's all about. It's all about clarity in these trades. Let's go to NXT. We're going to look at the weekly. So there you can see I put an arrow right here. Well, okay, first, this arrow looks like it's pointing at some on the daily. So, new uptrend, because those moving averages cross, retracement back down. Big reversal candle up, head towards retracement, maybe down here. Let's go to the daily. You know, and you get a bunch of reversal candles going up here for entry confirmations. You get a little one right here, and you could have definitely took an entry, but also knowing to have a decent sized stop loss since it's so close to the previous high. And looking at the weekly, it looks like it wants to come close to this 10 EMA, and that's what it looks like the buyers are going to let it do, and that's why it's staying below the 10 EMA. The people who got entries here, which I promise you there were, they're just holding. They're just waiting because they know what's going to happen. Look at this. Look for the obvious signs, guys. Because this is where the 90+% trades are going to come in, and this is how we're going to compound our accounts. It's just so obvious just looking at the volume. And I'm not crazy experienced with volume, but it's just obvious, and that's all that matters. So anyways, I would just wait for another breakup above the 10 EMA, get one more reversal. I would call that an entry. And I would probably look to get an entry as well because NXT looks like fun. But we definitely have some patience to do with it because it looks like it might retrace for a week or two or more. The end of July should be pretty hot for cryptocurrencies. Augur, don't know much about. I entered a little trade, but a while ago and then exited. Took like a little profit up there. Anyways, on the weekly, get a lot of bullish volume. It's in an uptrend. Got some reversal candles. Right now we're looking for an entry on the daily. And we had some right here. Didn't quite work out. They're just allowing a little more time to see if there are any sellers who want to take this down before big money is pumped into this. But because it's a little more scraggly on the daily, I would just wait. Maybe wait for, take an entry on the next reversal candle you see here on the weekly. Going on, we got SIA coin. Yeah, sorry to profit on that. SIA coin looks awesome on the weekly. So let's go to the daily. So rise, retracement, made this W, made the reversal patterns, went up, retracement, made a little reversal pattern, made a little spinning top reversal, or spinning bottom reversal top right there. Up, obvious bullish volume, obviously not much bearish volume. Made a new high, coming back down. It looks like we are about ready for another entry on this. We just need a break above, reversal candle confirmation. That's all I'm waiting for. Let's go to STEEM. STEEM on the weekly looks sweet because it keeps making new highs. It's obviously bullish with the volume. And it just got pretty darn close to its first retracement point, target number 1. We're looking for on the daily. It came down. I keep forgetting to look for these trend lines of sort. That looks good here. Something like that. Yeah. Keep it there. Need a break above, and then reversal candle is all I'm looking for. But look at this volume on the daily. Look at, yeah, this is almost over. This retracement's almost over for sure. Stratus on the weekly. Just hit its retracement target number 1. Obvious, way obvious bullish volume. Let's look at the daily for assurance. Yeah. It's definitely in its pennant right now. Sometimes you have to put it to the wicks that just align itself the right way. I would just call it that. And so actually that reminds me of the dash line I drew. I thought I did. Dash, sorry, DOGE. you know, it would look just a little better with that. So that makes more sense. Okay. What was I at? Steam Stratus? So yeah, you know what I'm looking for already. Not even gonna say. Then we have Stellar. Let's look at the weekly. Obvious bullish volume, but you do have some bearish signs for sure, and you got some decent volume. So yeah, I definitely need to see a lot more days of movement made on this before looking for an entry. I jump above on the weekly, jump above on the daily. We're just waiting. Vericoin. I don't know anything about this coin. I think I accidentally added this because I thought it was Veritasium, which is awesome. So on the weekly, crazy bullish. We'll look to the daily. So I'll tell you what I see here. Your first instinct, especially after going through the charts I just did, looking at these volume and seeing what sticks out, is like, oh my god, it's obviously bullish. You have to match up these volume with the candlesticks that actually happened and closed. So on this one, you had a lot of volume. Guess what most of that volume was? It wasn't buyers. It was a lot of sellers that took this back down. A lot of sellers, because this created the second biggest volume it's ever had, and created a reversal pattern off it as well. I would just say, wait, I would discount this right here and mark it as this is a bearish sign, because look, this only, if this closed just a little more down right there, this would be a giant red one freaking people out. So you just got to make sure to mark those differences and make sure that what you're seeing on the volume aligns with what you're seeing with the candlesticks on the longer time frame. So that's why I see with Vericoin. So I'm going to hesitate, move on. We have NEM. Obvious bullish volume on the weekly, just hit its retracement point not too long ago, which means we're going to wait for confirmation on the daily. So we need this to jump back up, maybe break above this previous lower high. It looks like if there's a channel, something like that. What makes sense? What makes sense? What makes sense? But yeah, still need to jump up. This is just extra confirmation, but still need to break up a little bit before looking for an entry. Monero, let's look at the weekly. Watch 4 hour. This is back when I was doing a little more high risk trades. It's not worth it, guys. Not worth it. What do I see? Crazy bullish volume. Made its retracement. Back up. Bears are not coming in comparatively at all, looking at volume. It's staying above this moving average. It hasn't really created a good reversal off this moving average on the weekly, except for this one right here, which did go up and then went back up. But right here, this would be like, this would be golden right here if that candle closed there above for the weekly. On the daily, it's scraggly as crap. I wouldn't play this because it just doesn't look great. The weekly does. And I would definitely look to take an entry right here off the weekly. And that's why I see it. Is there any daily confirmations? Yeah, there is. Yeah, this trend line here, pennant, whatever. Also, it made a W, and it looks like it's trying to break above. And W's are freaking great. Let's go to Ripple. I haven't looked at this in a few days either. Did have that there, but I would have, Ooh, no. Thank you, Control Z. So first we'll look at the weekly. Lots of bullish volume for sure. And it's at its first take profit point. That's why it's freaking dead right now. The sellers are exiting. which is why the volume's so little. And the bulls are about ready to come in. Just watch. But we need to wait for a breakup, break some market structure here. What I mean by that is, if this was a lower high, then we need it to create a higher high. Then it's broken market structure for the bulls. So we're just waiting for that. Zcash. Lots of bullish power on the weekly. It's right at its first retracement point right now, so let's go to the daily. Uncompared bullish volume I'm definitely seeing. Yeah, I got some wicks, but the only reason there's wicks is so it can make its quick little retracement. Went back up, obvious bullish power, and its retracement. Now we're going to wait for breakup, might create this reversal pattern on the weekly first before we see confirmation on the daily. Either way, I would just wait. Two more we're going to look at. We're going to look at Nautilus. Let's go to the weekly. I just added this like a week ago because it was starting to get some volume. Weekly doesn't look great at all. No, it looks pretty darn poor on the weekly. But this just started moving a lot. And so I don't know anything about this coin. And so there's probably a reason why there was such a crazy, this doubled in price. And right here, this went up like 60%, it looks like, In one day it went up 60% and got back up to that point. So I would call this a buy on the daily for my usual reasons, except you don't have weekly confirmation. Yet the daily is almost just as accurate as the weekly, guys, for sure. Came up, obvious bullish volume, came down, reversal right here, came down, another reversal for a little better entry. It looks like this is about to go up. I would call this an entry right here, and you'd get a little better entry where it's currently at. So I want to put a little arrow there to remind me. I'm not gonna get into this, but I also don't have a lot of money to throw around either, so I have to kind of concentrate my money on the prime setups, and there's going to be a consistent flow of them, and we're only getting started in this industry, guys. LBRY. I'm excited for LBRY. In case you don't know, it's a decentralized streaming platform for media. So it's basically, yes, you could coin it the decentralized YouTube. And there's a very fun possibility of that, and it definitely should be looking to more. They already have a early access site and application out. It looks pretty cool. So on the weekly, obvious bullish volume, just hit a little retracement point. Obviously you can see what's happened when it's had the reversal candles here on the weekly before, right? Entry here, maybe entry there, entry for sure right here, because it's just perfect, and you can see what happened since. So we'll go to the daily. So daily, obvious bullish stuff came down, made its retracement. So now we want to break up, but I also wanted this to stay closed above for one more daily candle before it made its reversal. But I was also looking at the 4 hour, because this is where the sweet W came in. And this is a buy on the 4 hour. One more reversal candle above here, I'd call it a buy on the 4 hour. Nonetheless, I would just wait for the daily. And what am I waiting for again? Because Austin, yes, it did break and close above, but I need it to stay closed above for one more candle, because that shows that the bears don't want a piece of it most of the time, right? But this is such a cool thing I kind of want to get invested in the long term that I would, yeah, I might as well take an entry, if I do get a reversal candle right here. But nonetheless, gonna be patient. And so, how long was that? Because I feel like that's the most I've talked in a while. That's 50 minutes. Yeah, I could brief it down and show you the quick technicals and everything, but the most important part of this, and this is why I'm even letting myself go on recording a 50-minute video, is because reading the market is the most important thing. Reading what's actually happened. And what is it? It's a game of the bulls versus bears. And the bulls and bears have figured out a way in any trending market for a give and take. The bulls will find good entries off the retracements, and the bulls will let the bears take their little marginal profits from a new high to a retracement point. It's a give and take, and that's the healthiest thing in a market. Why? So let's say we are a bull, which we are in this cryptocurrency market. We want to make sure as many sellers are not going to get in around the time we're going to get in our entry, because then there is limited resistance volume-wise from the bears. Simple as that. And so the constant looking at charts, and it's just going to take repetition and go through your own mind. What are the bulls doing? What are the bears doing? The volume freaking helps with that. I wish I was using it a lot longer ago. But it tells a story. It tells a story. And there's a little bit of a learning curve to learning to read the story. I mean, I spent a year and a half learning all sorts of different technicals, whatever, and ignored the main fact, which is in the long term, it comes down to the major bullish banks in the world and the major bullish bearish banks in the world, the people with the billions of money who pour into these markets. Our goal is to trade in line with them, and this is trading in line with them, pretty darn close. Anyways, it's an exciting time, guys, and all it requires is a little back testing. And what I mean by that in the cryptocurrency case, you just pull up, Bitcoin, pull up the weekly, pull up the daily. Nobody, I didn't hear about this 10 EMA reversal thing. That was super, super simple of a technical tactic until like 3 months ago. And then I pulled up Bitcoin on the weekly, and I'm like, okay, let's see kind of what's up with this. Well, in its most crazy biggest rises, you would have gone an entry right here. You would have gone an entry right here, or after that one, so on and so forth. And you could go back in time and see how else it has worked out. Look how it has worked out for the sellers, for example. It comes down, showing a downtrend, right? Reversal candle there, goes down. Reversal candle there after it stayed close below it, goes down a little. Get a little reversal right here, goes down a little bit. Then it switches trends, you get a bullish reversal, goes up. I wouldn't take this because I want this to stay closed above a little bit. So I'd wait right here. You get a little spinning top action there. I think I went through this. Then it goes up, or you would get in after this obvious reversal candle. Still, you make awesome profit. Comes right here, chills above for a little bit, makes a tiny spinning top, starts to go up. But really, this is the obvious entry right here. It goes up immediately afterwards. And right here, you could choose on the weekly on something as bullish as this, even though it's not a perfect one. That second confirmation candle in a row is good enough for that entry. Exciting times, guys. Tell me what you think. Should I speed it up? No, I'm going to do my own thing. Because this is good just to voice what I'm constantly thinking. And my mind's not crazy. And it's also out there on the table for all of us to learn a lifelong skill of technical investing. I'm pretty sure I have all the technicals I ever need to learn in my head already. And I could, it would probably only take a new person, like I could probably teach them this in like 3 days, but let's say 2 weeks until they're ready to uh, put real money in. And, yeah, you could probably teach a fifth grader this. Are little reversal candle patterns on the weekly? Yeah, you could make a lot of profit off that, and you could teach a first grader. And so it's coming down to what's simple and what's obvious. And with cryptocurrencies, with something that is just so transparent into, all right, is this ready to be bullish? Is this ready for mixed signals? Because there's some bearish volume. If so, maybe we should stand back for a second, see if the bears want to make a move. And you can usually tell that with the volume, just like I went through. And I need to keep doing it more and more so I can iron out in my head what I'm thinking and how to project it to you and people I'll teach in the future for free. I have, because this is where you guys already know. You guys know, if you're watching this, the potential of cryptocurrencies, and it's already fulfilled whatever potential people thought it had 4 years ago, let alone the potential people have for it now, which is like $10,000 of Bitcoin by 2018, which I do see that. Ethereum, $1,300 around January, February. I mean, you guys know the potential, so let's iron down, and you get the technicals on top of it, and it's game over for the long-term trader. And yeah, and I wouldn't advise at all what I'm doing here until you've had a little more experience, because they are slightly more riskier trades, but not by much, with a healthy stop loss. So yeah, happy July 5th. CNN, that was funny, right? Redditors. Every time I think about that story today or last night, oh man, it's just so funny. What the heck, CNN? So dumb, bunch of adults. But anyways, happy trading. Let's communicate. Let's communicate. Open up charts. If you've never used TradingView before or whatever, just make sure you have a chart open, just so you could type your ideas, whatever. They're saved. Or just do exactly what I'm doing. Just put a 10 EMA and maybe a 50, and just start looking for those obvious highs and obvious retracements and the obvious entries on those retracements. That's all we're going to do. So thank you. Happy, why am I saying it's July 5th? I love you all. Have a good night.